Pope Francis has repeatedly urged people around the world to pray and work for the end of hunger. And this week, the nations of the world will gather at the United Nations and commit themselves to working for the end of hunger and extreme poverty by the year 2030.
Our Holy Father has spoken so clearly, articulately, and passionately, addressing the question of the scandal of poverty. The scandal of poverty in our world and what follows from that. People who are marginalized, people who are not a part of the entire community as it moves forward, often find themselves hungry, find themselves left behind. And the Pope says to us, every one of us has a responsibility for seeing that hunger in the world is something that we can easily and eventually eradicate.
We are faith leaders who work on these issues always inside our own faith communities, and many of us are committed to interfaith work. But this is an extraordinary moment. The leader of a major religion in the world who espouses these same causes is here speaking about them in parks, in Madison Square Garden, in the Congress of the United States. So it's an opportunity to highlight many of these issues.
It's clear the Pope is a global figure. He has a global pulpit and a global platform. And I think that him raising the issues of poverty, of immigration, of hunger, of refugees, of how we treat the most vulnerable is going to be really catalytic for people who've been working on the ground, churches, pastors, priests working on the grounds with vulnerable communities. It's going to lift that work in a national platform.
The Pope is an international superstar. He's saying the same things that many of us have been saying for years. We agree with what the Pope is saying against hunger, against illiteracy, against social injustice. So this is bringing more momentum, and hopefully more voices will speak up for those that are dispossessed and those that are hungry.